All right, to begin with, before we do the summary, did anybody have any questions on those, or did they pretty well understand the first three
Pretty
terms?
well understand.
I understand it all of it.
Okay.
I understood it, I helped write it.
Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah, it's like,
You and I both understood it from the word go, but I've been studying these for years. Okay, on to the summary. We being so highly intelligent, knowing our actions drastically influence the entire world around us, we need to be mindful of our impact on nature. We are all interconnected with the world around us and can do what we will. We need to be responsible stewards of our environment so as to cause little to no harm to anything. Me personally, I try not to cause any harm to anyone. If I do, it's not intentional.
Basically, when it comes to our ecological responsibilities, recycle, reuse,
Reduce and upcycling.
upcycle, which is using stuff for another purpose.
Right.
Repurposing.
Repurposing.
Um,
That's upcycling.
there are some things that we just can't recycle. I mean,
Right.
that's it's not that we can't; we just don't have the tools to.
Or
recycle.
it's more harmful to recycle that item.
Right, as
Like
opposed to-
cellophane.
Yeah, it's better to
Not burn it. Dispose of it.
it's better just to dispose of it because it will biodegrade over
Yeah.
time.
The newest cellophane wrappers are all biodegradable. They just take a long time.
But if you burn it, then it lets out
A caustic fume.
caustic that adds to the
The
CO2
ozone.
problem.
Yeah, the ozone problem.
Yeah. So I mean, it's basically reduce your ecological footprint, and
My hairspray ruined the ozone layer.
not your hairspray, but it's everyone using hairspray.
Yeah,
it's, That's
why, for instance, air freshener. I use Febreze because it doesn't use an aerosol.
Right. Yeah.
It
it's a
uses
spritzer.
pressure.
I apologize. I do use Lysol in the aerosol cans because it
But it's also cost effectiveness too at
Right.
that point. Because we're a bunch of poor guys and women around here. We're
yeah.
so we're stuck buying what we can afford to buy in hopes that it doesn't cause
any more harm than
serious
it has
harm,
to.
And when it comes to other people, we should never try to cause harm to anybody for anything. Animals the same way. Don't hurt the animals. Don't hurt each
Right.
other. Just it's pretty much and harm. And my idea of harming is a willful.
Yeah,
Like-
willful. That's why I specified
Yeah,
that.
my intention is to harm you. So then the act is harm. Unintentional harm that comes like, I don't know, you accidentally step on an ant. You can feel bad about that, but in all honesty, you didn't mean to hurt the ant, so don't dwell on it,
Or you accidentally run over somebody's foot.
Right, or you accidentally run over an animal. A deer jumps out and hits you,
What do
hits
you
your
do
car.
when a horse hits, breaks your foot?
Well, you
Did the
correct-
horse intend to do it? Or did he accidentally step on your
with
foot?
me, so he stomped on my foot.
Well, then that was intentional, so any reactive that you had equal to the force, and that's the other thing, is we're allowed to have equal reactive force.
Because
Right.
all I was doing was brushing him and getting him ready.
Well,
You might have caught him in the wrong way and he reacted.
Yeah.
so
But moving on, unless you have
No,
something else to
no.
say. Everything is natural and can be obtained by all. We are not limited, we are limitless. This being said, the more times we do something, the more perfected our methods become. We should always remember to take time to enjoy the world around us. Thus, the need for celebrations which include rituals, methods of honoring nature. The moon is a good calendar to schedule such celebrations so that it can be uniform for all.
I mean that's pretty self-explanatory.
Using the lunar calendar,
Yeah,
basically.
basically, but by by calendars, if every witch, whether coven or solo or
multi-coven or
multi-coven
multi-solos,
or multi-solos,
when they come together.
if the ceremonies for the moon worship, I don't want to say moon worship, but the rituals for honoring the moon, it gives a calendar so that if I'm in America and my Wicca brothers in Europe, we celebrate on the new moon, a new moon ceremony.
You probably celebrate at different times of.
Well, yeah, because one's night, one's day, but we still celebrated on the same cycle. Does that
I'm
make
drawn
any
to
sense?
the moon when it's full.
Like I'm drawn to the new moon. I'm a
When,
new moon celebrator.
when it's a full moon,
I'm drawn
It's
to
like
the moon.
I literally have to fight getting naked and dancing in the woods.
I have to look at the moon. I literally.
And why do you have to
stare at
fight
the
that,
moon.
Greg?
Because society does not let us run around naked.
But is that within your religion?
There,
It is, so we should be allowed to practice it, right?
Right. The
But-
thing is, are you going to do it around other people, or are you going to do it by yourself when there's nobody around if you can help it?
Well, if I could help it, it would be in the woods by myself or with my spouse or with people that felt comfortable being nude together.
Right.
Or a nudist colony. I mean,
Right. I personally do not feel comfortable doing sky-clad rituals. We'll get further into that, but I'm going to make it simple. Sky-clad ritual, which all it means is you are clothed in the sky. You aren't wearing any clothing. You're actually naked. That's what a sky-clad ritual is. We will get into more detail on that in
And
later
later studies.
situations. Studies, thank you.
So basically, it's just a uniform way to celebrate life. Understand that everything's natural. If everything's natural, then a uniform celebration makes sense.
In all due reality, like, since everything's natural, even technology is natural, even though man
Creative,
formed it
right?
into. But we came up with the idea to create these
Right.
technological
And
wonders.
and natural means magique.
Magic. Now let me explain something, people. Magic, spelled with a C, is normally illusion, things like that. Magique, with a CK or just a K, is, for lack of a better way to say it, what most people think of when we say we're casting spells. I'll translate to Christian for you. We're praying.
And also, or invocating, depending on what it is.
It's still a form of prayer.
Even the Christians, the Catholics use the word invocation.
Right, it's kind of a universal word.
It's kind of weird, but we will get into those things at a later study because that's deeper than what we're doing today. Today we're covering those first three. So.
Yeah, the tenets basically will just be the tenets. We might give you a little detail, but not much. Just because it'll get way too long, wouldn't it?
Which we almost just did. So like, share, subscribe, and join us for the closings and conclusions.
Drop your comments in the comment area. Thank you. Blessed be. We'll be right back.